I have a laundry list of things to do and I have zero motivation. So instead of just pretending like I'm getting by, I'm gonna share the truth of it all. I feel like all I'm getting done is splitting and bucking wood, and my house is just gonna stay like this forever. By the way, this is Simple Living with Biata. Nothing about this is simple. I don't know why I chose this name, but I'm building my home from scratch with very little experience. It's winter and everything in winter kind of just sucks a little bit more. But I'm standing here in this home that I've built and that's pretty cool, but it's not done. And I need it to get done. Every single day this week, I have struggled to get anything done. I keep thinking today's the day I'm gonna put in a full 7-8 hours, and then I just don't. So I've gone to Google and I've searched how to get my motivation back. I gotta try something. First step is to break things down into manageable chunks. I can't build the whole house in a day. You guys keep saying Rome wasn't built in a day, but what I can do today, hopefully, because I only have 2 hours left of my workday. Yeah, that's how bad this is. I need to replace my box headers, which I thought was really cool and allowed, and I need to laminate my headers together. So this header is required to be 2-ply, and because I built a box header with the intention of drywall being able to go up against it nicely, which I thought was a great idea, I basically have to rip out the 2x3 in the center, smush the two headers together, and fill frame it so that the drywall can still butt up against something. We're gonna try our best today. And our best is just focusing on maybe getting one header done. I have 3 to do. Get out of my way. Honestly, I don't even want to write a to-do list. To-do lists are not getting to done lists. And it's causing me to be upset with myself. Oh, womp womp. I have a headache. Let's just use this. Probably get a pry bar in there now. Oh, what the f? Is this header not even like secured? Why? Okay. This side of the header seems more supported than this side. This side, there's less nails. I'm gonna work on this side. Honestly, I'm kind of glad I'm taking this apart because yeah, it's not put together very well. I don't know if I was just in a rush or what, but this is embarrassing. I was not ready for that. Might even add another board and make it 3-ply. Oh my gosh, it's too long to cut. Ugh. Oh, I plugged in the radio. So it's no surprise that life has been a little bit of a struggle doing this whole project and having personal life on top of it. A lot of the ways I've been feeling, I feel like is because I've not been prioritizing myself and my health. So I started doing therapy through BetterHelp, which is today's sponsor. So my husband and I did therapy through BetterHelp for 8 months. It's so amazing being able to better communicate with your spouse. And now I'm doing some of my own personal work and healing. And I love BetterHelp's platform. By the way, linked in my description below, because it's so accessible. I live in a really small town and therapy is not accessible. A lot of people work the same hours therapists work and can't get the time off work to access therapy. If you're not comfortable doing a video call, you can do a phone call or you can even do messages to your therapist. To get started with BetterHelp, you're gonna fill out a questionnaire that goes through all the different things that you're struggling with or that you wanna work on. And in most cases, you'll be matched with with a therapist within 48 hours. If you're not a huge fan of your therapist, you can switch up at any point at no extra cost. Join over 4 million people who use BetterHelp and click the link in my description. Clicking my link below directly supports my channel, and my link gets you 10% off your first month with BetterHelp to make sure that your therapist is the right fit for you. So, just add a little filler, and then the drywall sneaks right in, but it's really not, it's bigger than an inch. We are at 4 inches. Oh, it's like 45. What do we do? I'm gonna try little pieces and see if they work better. It's just like a little bit too big. I don't understand. It's like an 1/8 too big. I need a different solution. This makes the most sense. These are 1/2 inch pieces of ply. These are 3 2x6s. So that should be 4.5 inches plus an inch equals 5 inches, but it only works in like this spot and not even up here. Like it doesn't work. It's all like 1/8 off. I gotta figure something else out. I need 7/8 of an inch. Maybe I can shim it. Little shims could work. That's 7/8 of an inch right there. Okay, try it like that. Well, just like that, one header is done and it's the end of my day. And you know what? That's okay. I actually have like a bit of a dopamine boost because I completed a task, and I don't feel guilty because I didn't make a large to-do list for the day. I just gave myself one task. And within that task, I did everything right. I made sure that the little extra spacing was exactly the width that I needed for drywall. And now I know what to expect for the rest of the headers. Next on the list for people who are lacking motivation is to write down each positive thing you've done throughout the day and to celebrate the small wins. I'll see you in the morning. It's day 2 of me trying to fix my lack of motivation. It's 10 o'clock right now, which means I'm getting to work earlier than I did yesterday, which is a good thing. Before I start working on the house today, I have to send an email off to the company that did my boiler system. They're ordering me my ERV ducting. I have been at this for days trying to figure out what I want to do, what kind of pipe I want to use in the attic, because you can go with insulated flex ducting or you can go with solid pipe and then get spray foam on it. And I'm having a very hard time knowing what to do. Mice can chew holes into the flex ducting and live in there, and then insulation can start going into your rooms, and I just don't love that idea. I'm just having a really hard time. It is industry standard to use this flex ducting. I just want to do everything the right way. I think what I'm going to do is go with solid pipe in the attic and not go with flex. I'm just trying to, again, figure out the route, because you have to think of things like the attic access. I want the attic access in this hallway, but I also wanted the ERV ducting going through this hallway in the attic. So now I'm like, I gotta plan around the trusses and like where I want that attic access. Okay, I have it somewhat planned out. I've got my list here. An email has been sent. So although I haven't gotten anything in the house done today, that was a huge thing off my to-do list, and I'm so thankful I did it because I'm the one installing it, and I'm learning that what you have on your plans isn't necessarily what needs to get ordered. Windows, doors, the roof. It's important to go out, draw out the way it's actually going to go in because of the various plumbing that you have going on, and then measure and then decide what you need from there. I've eaten lunch and now it's somehow 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I only have 2 hours left. I'm just gonna check on the wood boiler. There's not enough fuel, or it's not relit. I'm having an issue where the fire is not relighting. I don't know why. Okay, there's just not enough fuel. That's fine. The other issue I'm having is that the wet logs put out the fire, and I think that's why it's not relighting. Okay, back to it. In order to continue trying to heal this lack of motivation and burnout, I'm choosing one task to do again, which is the next header. Before I take this apart, I gotta fix this over here. Honestly, this is kind of embarrassing. I don't have enough nails. So gotta add more nails to it and suck it all back in. And I've learned a new technique to stop things from pulling apart, which is nailing things on angles. This is such a huge learning experience. Like, it truly is. I'm gonna go back around my entire house and make sure everything is nailed together properly. Now, that shouldn't be able to pull apart. Let's do this. I only have 1 hour left. Then I have to pick my daughter up because it's a snow day again. Sawdust everywhere. I'm realizing a lot of these things I was gonna do after the walls got stood up and then forgot about. And then winter came and weight got put on the roof and things shifted. I feel so silly, and I know you guys are always like, oh, it's a learning curve, but these are things I should have caught earlier. I didn't have nails into the headers on the one side. I have 3 or 4 nails going into this side of the header, but when I had my box header here, I didn't have the nails on this side. That's because I built this wall on the ground and I wouldn't have been able to fit my nail gun in between this section here to nail that spot in. And then I forgot about it and then things started pulling apart. Not all of them pulled apart like this, but like this spot here, that's an 1/8 or 3/16. That pulled apart because there wasn't nails in this spot here. So time to fix these mistakes. I'm really thankful I'm taking this whole build slow. Well, I guess I maybe was rushing before because of the amount of little things that I'm seeing that I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to do that. And now I'm like, is my house gonna fall down? So to fix my silly mistake, I have a ratchet strap. Might have needed a stronger one. It's not. Maybe I need my come along. There we go, she's close. I was gonna work on this header today, but I'm gonna save this for another day and I'll explain that later. What I'm gonna do today is to get ready for the HRV ducting to go in. I need to build a soffit or a bulkhead, which means I should get this area insulated and dealt with. And that way it's done. I will do the bulkhead after I put the ducting in. I just wanna prep this spot. Trying to pick out a straight 2x3 from Home Depot for the bulkhead. I'm not building the bulkhead, I just need like the base of the bulkhead that everything's gonna be based off of. This is my best one. And for the bulkhead, the next pieces of wood are just gonna sit right on top. It's taken me a second to figure out what to do. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of bat insulation and call it a day. And I don't have Acousti-Seal on me to be able to seal up the studs that are sandwiched together, but I did put spray foam in between to be able to kind of seal it up, which I think my inspector will appreciate. I did it. I'm just gonna throw up some vapor barrier now so that it's there, and that way when I go to do the ducting next week, everything is good and ready to go. I do have to say, sometimes standing here and just thinking really does pay off in the end. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, all I'm doing is thinking. I'm not even getting any work done about if I wanted to vapor barrier the whole ceiling, or if I just wanted to do this section here where the ductwork is going to be. I've landed on only doing this section here because I'm not done wiring this room yet, instead of putting the vapor barrier over the whole ceiling, because I'm really not ready for that yet. I just need it in that section. I ran out of tape, but you get the gist of it. These little things are gonna make doing my ductwork much easier next week. All right, it's actually a new week. We just had a 3-day weekend, and yes, it was busy, but we're all feeling better, less sick, more energized. It's been 3 weeks since our fever first hit. So it just, everything feels so much better. Since I'm feeling more motivated, I'm gonna try to give myself 2 tasks to get done today before I get moving on to my HVAC, which all got delivered this morning. Don't mind the mess. I want to fix this door so that it's the same height as these. Originally, this door was going to be the same size as the entrance to this bedroom, which was originally over here, the entrance to the bathroom, which was originally this opening, and the entrance to this bedroom, which was originally right here. But now this is the only entrance that's this height, and it looks really bad next to the pantry that is here and the entrance over here. So I have to fix that up. The other thing that I have to do, unfortunately, is fill this in. This opening was originally going to be like a built-in bookcase, and I've thought about it for literally 6 months, and I don't like it. I want to do something a little bit different here, so I'm going to fill frame it. I might remove this header here and use it elsewhere. I feel like it's a pretty big waste to just keep a header up here. So if I'm going to take the header out of here, I'm not going to have any support for a period of time. Whereas on these ones that I did, I at least had one header in there, and then I quickly was able to get the second header in there and nail them together. So that wasn't as scary, but this one, what I'm going to do is throw up some supports onto these rafters to hold the vertical load of the rafters here and the roof and the snow. First things first, I want to remove this little piece and put a full baseboard all the way over to there. It is time to take everything out. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. Maybe I'll try the crowbar. It's gonna be really difficult to take this apart, just because this header is being nailed from the top plate. So I want the header to get loose before I take out the jack stud, or else the header might fall on my head. This honestly just isn't working very well. I might have to take the jack studs out. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not even hitting nails. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, this is gonna be heavy. Okay, don't hurt yourself. There we go. I apparently did not mark this in any way, shape, or form. They're about 1.5 inches off. I was going off of these 2 markings, and I don't know, apparently that's wrong. Just realizing I shot all the nails to the base plate with non-galvanized, which means I have to go back and reshoot them. There's just gonna be a lot of nails. So you know how I fixed the one to get it to be properly straight and not like corked? These 3 are leaning. I want to say I can't win today, but it's not true. Like, I got something done. I'm just gonna have to fix some of this tomorrow. Get galvanized nails in the base plates and fix these studs that are leaning. Good morning. Okay, don't mind my trail of tools, but this looks really nice. Getting rid of that opening just really makes this look like a solid living room. I cannot wait to see drywall up. I have my last door to fix. This should be a little bit easier because I already have the supports ready. This one is a little bit more of a demo than this one and this one were, so I need to have those supports up. I am so excited to have a tall custom door for a bedroom. I literally hate that these are different heights. I can use the jack studs from that side that I just took out because that's the same height as this. And now I'm gonna reuse this header, and that way I don't have to like do little cripple studs. I can just put a full header up here. It's over spec'd for sure. I only need 2 2x6s, but 3 2x8s is fine. I cannot get over how good these few changes look in here. It makes me so happy. And even though this week I didn't do leaps and bounds of things, I feel really good because I was able to fix some structural issues. And just focusing on one thing a day really helped me get my energy back and my motivation back, and I feel so much better now. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. It helps the YouTube algorithm and really helps me and my family. And with that, I will see you next week.